Great. So, just give me 1 second here while I prepare this quick impromptu live live session, and this will be uploaded as a video later on or after this is finished. So let's just give it another minute or so while just I set up here. Madness is here. Hello. J Biddy is here. Hello. Hello, my friends. It's nice to see you. And I apologize for this unplanned what do you call it? Not flash sale, but it's about the flash sale, but it's unplanned. I hadn't made any plans to do any live stream today, but I thought it would be nice to do this because I did hear the news. So, okay, so let's get started here. So, greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is... Oh, something fell. Okay, it's not that. So let me start again. So greetings from Tokyo, my dear friends. This is Daisuke, and I apologize for this unannounced, unplanned, impromptu live stream, but I hope you can forgive me because I wanted to relay to you, just in case, some information that came across my desk, so to speak. Some friends and viewers very kindly shared this information with me earlier today, my time, and so I thought I would take the opportunity to share the information with you, which is, it is my understanding that today, Tuesday, February 25th, 2020, at, I think it's going to be noon Eastern Standard Time, the Criterion Collection, it's my understanding anyway, will have its flash sale through the Criterion Collection website. So this will mean that you can purchase Criterion Collection Blu-rays, DVDs at very, very considerable discounts, usually half price. Half off, the retail price of these Criterion titles. So I checked the website just now, and it looks like nothing has been applied yet. So it doesn't look like any sale is underway as of now. But check back with the website at Criterion Collection at Criterion.com. Check back with the website periodically today. Probably going to start noon Eastern Standard Time, but it doesn't hurt to check back with it early, just in case you want to get a head start. And if you're able to access your computer or phone or whatever, then just suggest, just in case, just check back periodically, even if it's before 12 noon. You never know with these things, but it looks like it's going to be happening later today. 12 noon, Tuesday, 25th of February, 2020. So for those of you who are able to take advantage of this flash sale through the Criterion website, then by all means, I am very much looking forward to, as I usually do with these things, live vicariously through your experiences and purchases and the like. I hope you enjoy your time very much. I know that this is a very exciting time, especially because, as you know, Criterions can be quite expensive, and so the joy of being able to purchase Criterion titles at half off and accumulate points through the online store and all that stuff, if that's possible, I'm not sure. That's a really big deal, and so I would very much encourage anyone who is interested in checking out some Criterion titles to go to the Criterion website at Criterion.com and check it out. I should let you know, just in case, that, as with all these sales, me being in Tokyo, Japan, I am unable to avail myself of these sales. Criterion does not ship to Tokyo, Japan, and so it wouldn't be able to accept my order even if I wanted to order through the Criterion website, because I don't have an address in the United States. And so, for those of you for whom it is not possible to order directly through the Criterion website, and thus not possible to enjoy the benefits of this Criterion flash sale, don't worry, because I am with you. I am completely sympathetic to your position, because I too am in that position. So I can only say to our friends in the United States, etc., that please enjoy this time, and please let me know what titles you end up purchasing through the flash sale, if you end up doing any purchases through the Criterion flash sale this time around. I'd be very interested to hear what it is you purchased. And it's a very exciting time. For me also, last week I received the title Roma, and I was able to watch the film Roma and really get into it, and it was a real eye-opener. And also I just finished going through the supplements of that Criterion release of Roma, and I also went through the booklet and everything. It's a huge, thick booklet with these wonderful pull-out photos, a really well packaged release. So I'm really excited to share with you some thoughts that I have about that. It should be very exciting for me. And I just received, just now, maybe about an hour, not even an hour ago, I just received in the mail 2 more Criterion titles that I pre-ordered through Amazon. This is here we go, the Antonio Gaudi Blu-ray upgrade, which is right here. It's still in its plastic wrapping. So, as I said, I just received it not an hour ago. And then Teorema. This is the Pasolini work Teorema. So at last, I was able to get this. So I will definitely get into these as soon as possible. And as per my usual custom, if you'll allow me, I will make a video regarding each of these releases, Teorema and Roma and Antonio Gaudi, as soon as I can. I've already more or less prepared my thoughts with respect to the Roma release, but if you want a little sneak preview of what I'm going to say about that, I would strongly recommend you get that film if you haven't purchased it yet. And what better time to get it than through a Criterion sale, flash sale at the Criterion website, if you're able to enjoy the sale. For a lot of reasons, it's a great release, but I think one of the fascinating things is to hear the filmmakers talk about this work, and to think about this film. It's on the one hand, it seems to be a film that is meant to capture a specific point in time, in history. So therefore, a lot of its presentation it can be said to be trying to achieve a kind of objective realism on the one hand. And on the other hand, it doesn't go for a kind of grainy cinema verite documentary style filmmaking in order to capture that objective realism on cinema, but rather it goes for a very heavily polished, quite heavily layered mise en scène that involves a lot of computer After Effects, and also soundscape that is very peculiar, very particular, very detailed in many, many ways. One of the things about the Roma supplements that's really fascinating, among many things, is the discussion about the sound and how the exact sounds were recorded, how they were decided upon, what specific sounds there are. There's a really wonderful little anecdote shared in the sound part of the supplements with respect to what's the phrase, walla, the sort of background chatter among people in the background. So you hear sometimes in films the background noise, which is people talking in a restaurant or in a busy street or hallway or something like that. Well, in Roma, I don't want to go into too much detail now, but it's amazing to hear the discussions about details of the film, in particular this background conversations, because apparently the detail is so precise that actual conversations had to be created and developed and recorded separately, and thus they're actual conversations, not just inaudible chatter, but it's quite distinct discussions of random people, so to speak. And so this is the sort of example of the sort of detail that goes into the making of this film Roma, and the Criterion supplements. And indeed, there are a number of Criterion supplements. Most of the supplements, the documentaries I understand, are actually Criterion produced. There's one Netflix produced documentary there, but the majority are Criterion produced, which is amazing because they really go into a real in-depth look at the precision filmmaking that goes behind the film Roma. And so and not to mention, of course, that the film is quite emotionally powerful. I wasn't anticipating it to be as powerful as it was, but my goodness, it really packed a wallop. And it didn't go for it went for that in a very, I don't want to say the mise en scène is very distant and cool, but it's not sterile. On the contrary, it's very warm and passionate in many places, and perhaps bubbling over into some really explosive parts of social unrest and history, early 1970s Mexico. And so this is a fascinating work, and Criterion and together with Netflix have really produced a top-notch release in the form of Roma. And so I will make a video about this later, and as soon as I can, but I think it's just, for my money anyway, it's top marks. And the booklet is just, it's thick, and it's, I mean, I wish I had it. It's in the other room right now, and so I can't, it's not in front of me, otherwise I'd show it to you. But the booklet itself, it has different essays, which are each quite marvelous to read. And along the way, there are pull-out. Not only do you get great high-resolution photos of the set and the characters and the actors, etc., but you also get pull-out photos, which is really fascinating. It almost reminds me a little bit of the kind of presentation that Criterion used to do with layouts in their special edition Laserdiscs with the dual fold and the trifold layouts. And so it's a really great release, Roma. And so if you're interested in checking that out for the sale, and if the film Roma is something that you think you would enjoy watching again and again, then it's strongly recommended. But of course, there are more films in the Criterion collection other than Roma. There are many others, and so I hope that for those of you, once again, who are able to take advantage of the Criterion collection website or online flash sale, which is, as I say, once again, it's probably going to happen later today, noon Eastern Standard Time, Tuesday, the 25th of February. And so for anyone who is able to enjoy and to take advantage of the sale, please have fun, enjoy your time, and please buy the films you want. Spend within your means, of course. There's no reason to go over one's budget. There's no reason to have to do that. You can still enjoy the Criterion collection with one title, 3 titles, 10 titles, whatever. But whatever you want to do and whatever is good for you and your particular budget and your particular situation, please enjoy your time. And if you don't mind, I would love to hear what films you purchased through the sale. So you can leave a comment here, or you can leave a comment in another video, or whatever's convenient for you, my friends. But I am always curious to hear what films people purchased through these sales, and what films are people eyeing, and what films are people considering, and that sort of thing. So this is a great time. So this is, once again, for those of you who are able to enjoy the Criterion flash sale. It's very likely that the Criterion collection will have its flash sale later today. Check back with the website, the Criterion website, occasionally. It'll probably start at noon, but it's better to be safe than sorry. You can just check back maybe before that. That's what I would suggest every so often. But if you have to wait until noon Eastern Standard Time, it's still better than nothing, my friends. So, excuse me. And once again, I am in Tokyo, so I can't make any purchases through the Criterion Collection website. That's not a problem. I'm used to it. It's always been like that, so there's no reason for me to expect anything otherwise. But that doesn't mean that I can't still enjoy the sale time. And the way for me to be able to enjoy the sale time is, once again, to hear what it is you've purchased or what it is you're considering purchasing. So if you have the free moment, I know that you're very busy, and so but if you have a free moment and you don't mind, I'd love to hear what it is you purchased or you plan to purchase through the Criterion flash sale. Please enjoy today. Okay, so let me just go to the live chat here, because as I said, I didn't plan on doing any live stream today, but I just received the news, and so I just wanted to share this information with you as quickly as possible for anyone who hasn't heard. But just to say hello to those of you in the live chat here. So Game Goblin Productions, hello. Game Goblin Production, I love that name, by the way. That's a great name. Starman Jr., hello, my friend. I hope you're well. Heirloom Providence, our dear friend. It's good to see you. It's always nice to see you, my friend. Ben Vaness, our dear friend, my dear friend. Ben, I hope you're well, my friend. You know, you were here. You've always you were here during the early days of this channel, and so it's always nice to hear from you, my friend. I hope you're well. Salim Kasab is here. Hello, it's nice to see you. And let's see, Jay is here, and Zay Moderno. Hello, it's a good surprise. Well, thank you. Yes, and the surprise, I feel like it's a very pleasant surprise for me as well. So I hope you're well, my friend. Victor Jarman is here. Hello, Mike Eli. Hello. I hope you're well, my friend. And let's see. Let's see. Isaac Dunn is here. Hello. It's nice to see you, Isaac. I hope you're well. Agent 420. Hello, Agent 420. It's nice to see you. And Iacona 23 is here. Hello, my friend. And let's see. Mike Eli says, I'm going to pick up the Carl Zaman box set. Yes. That is a big one. I think that I've already pre-ordered it. It's through Amazon, and so I don't know when it's going to arrive here. Probably these things usually take at least a week to 10 days, if not more, and so I don't expect to receive mine until maybe a week, 2 weeks from now, but I'm still looking forward to it. But in the meantime, I will enjoy going through and exploring this. Well, I've already explored this as the DVD, which is on the shelf over there, but it'll be nice just to do a little comparison, just to be sure. And also there's this one. I guess I could do a comparison with the BFI release that I also have, but yeah, if I'm able to, I don't know if I'll be able to include a discussion for that, because those comparisons are very, very involved actually. But I might focus just on the Criterion release, but I might make some notes about the other releases if it's necessary. But you know, I haven't looked at the Criterion release of this yet, but this is a kind of I think, well, let me put it this way. For many people, I think when people are thinking of the films of Pasolini, this film often comes up in conversation as with respect to what is one's favorite film by Pasolini. This one comes up quite often in conversation, and I think justifiably so, because it is a kind of it's a kind of a kind of creative, adventurous parable that speaks to many complex societal movements, and so and amongst other things, it's family dynamics and also political dynamics. But I'll try to go into more detail. And then also Antonio Gaudi, this release, the Teshigahara film, is also one that really needs to be explored with great care, and a lot of time spent looking through this, because it's such a rewarding film, so unique, and one learns a lot, and there's a kind of a loving eye that's present here in the presentation of the landscapes and the scenery that's at play here. That's the subject matter of this film. So this will be something that I will also be talking about in a future video one day. But those are two great examples, and so they are just two titles of a Criterion collection that is vast. It is made up of over 1,000 spine numbers, a large majority of which are still in print, and so this is a really great time, really great time. Let's see. Isaac says, Antonio Gaudi has always intrigued me. Can't wait to check it out one of these days, and also can't wait to hear your thoughts on it. Thank you. I really appreciate that, my friend. Dungeon Studio is here. Hello. Daig Films, hello. Kia is here. Hello. Good morning, Daisuke. Thank you as always. No, Kia, thank you for your time, my friend. Let's see. Harvey, Snow Leopard is here. Hello. Great Escape 4K restoration arriving in May. Be there or be square. Has not been a decent Blu-ray of this ever. Cheers. Yes, it's going to be I'm looking forward to that release very much. The Cat Drums 3. Howdy from Mexico. Hello, The Cat Drums 3. It's nice to see you. JR62. Hello. It's great. Travis Wright is here. Thank you for the heads up. I've had my eye on the Zatoichi box set for some time. Well. If you end up getting the Zatoichi box set, Travis, please let me know. I haven't spoken about Zatoichi films on this channel, unfortunately, but I love those films. I absolutely adore those films. Oh gosh, it would be oh man, so much I'd love to do on this channel, just so little time. I would love to just go through that one at a time. Like, I don't know. I maybe it's too ambitious. I know it's too ambitious for me, but we could do like I don't know if anyone would be interested, but something like a live stream every Friday night. We could do a live stream on one Zatoichi film from the box set or something like that. So that sort of thing. So I've always thought about something like that. I love that set so much. Let's see. All right. I hope you enjoy it if you end up getting it, Travis. And if you do end up getting it, please let me know what you think, because I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on that set. And it's a great time. Yes, you remind me of something that's very important, which is the sales are a great time to get the expensive box sets if they're available. And so I would strongly recommend trying to get the box sets of various kinds that are in the Criterion collection if you have been interested in those things. And so The World Cinema Project sets are sublime. I don't know, the Godzilla Showa era collection is really good. I mean, there's still much love for the Ingmar Bergman cinema set, of course. This year's the Olympic year, and so there's the Olympics box set here. Although I'm not, I don't know. Well, I don't want to talk about the current situation with certain. Well, yeah, I don't want to talk about certain things that are in the news now that might affect whether or not there is indeed Olympics here in Tokyo. But hopefully there will be an Olympics and it will be held safely. But be that as it may, the Olympics box set from Criterion is really great, and I had been planning to try to talk about those films individually closer to the summer, but that's a great one as well. The Decalogue is also great. The Apu trilogy is great. I'm on Instagram, and maybe it was on Instagram, if I don't recall, if I remember correctly. But our dear friend Elliot Cohen, who has his great YouTube channel. And he has his great podcast, which is also on his YouTube channel, and he's taking suggestions as to what topics you'd like him to talk about, etc. So you should check out Elliot Cohen, our dear friend. But he, I think, featured the Apu trilogy on his Instagram, perhaps a couple days ago, if I'm not mistaken. And so that reminded me about the great Apu trilogy set from Criterion. That's a must-have set, in my opinion. It really is a must-have set. I think that's a set that everyone should see. Everyone should see those films more than once. The Apu trilogy films. And finally, it's not a set, but some of you know my love for certain specific films in the Criterion collection, and lately a lot of people have been asking me. I've been very fortunate to be asked, what films would you recommend I get, or something like that, and it's always hard to give specific recommendations to people without knowing a little bit more about his or her own film tastes, cinema tastes, background, what kinds of films he or she likes, etc. So it's hard to make specific recommendations without knowing exactly what the background of the recommendee is. But I think if I had to make a general recommendation of films that I think for me seem to best represent the Criterion collection, or what the Criterion collection means to me. It's a very difficult question for me to answer, but if I had to choose one or two films, and that's not to take away anything from any other films that I don't mention, but if I had to choose one or two films that I had to recommend to anyone who wanted to know a little bit about the Criterion collection and about my own personal preferences in the Criterion collection, very simple. A Brighter Summer Day and Mishima, A Life in 4 Chapters. I think those two, for me, are, I've been thinking in my mind about my top 10 favorite Criterion releases, and I did a video about that, I think a couple years ago now. It's quite an old video now, and so I think it's due for an updating, because my list has changed somewhat, but what's constant is the fact that those two films are still included on the list. And so there's some other films as well that haven't changed, but there are some changes as well to that list. But what's constant is that A Brighter Summer Day and Mishima are there. And I would actually also dare say that I've watched A Brighter Summer Day a number of times over the course of late last year, and I've seen it once since the new year, and it still remains such a powerful work of art. It's hands down my favorite Criterion release in the Criterion collection. It's not a perfect release. It's not a perfect release, but it's hands down still my favorite release, and the film is like a juggernaut of a film. If you haven't seen A Brighter Summer Day, I would really, really recommend you check it out. Give it a chance. Consider buying it during the flash sale if you can. If not, that's okay. Don't worry, I won't be offended. But it's fantastic. And I was talking about a couple videos ago. I was talking about the film Vertigo by Alfred Hitchcock, and in that discussion I was saying at this point in time I don't know what my favorite film is, but I have a number of films that I could say are my favorite films ever. And among those films, well, the films now in my mind anyway are Late Spring, the Ozu film Late Spring, Brighter Summer Day, Edward Yang, and Vertigo. So those three now are my favorite films. Like I can just, there are many other films that really come close, but just there's something very special about each of those films respectively that I just cannot get enough of them. Let's see, there we go. So anyway, sorry about that, a little ramble. Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader is here. Our dear friend, Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader. Let me say that one more time, just in case I wasn't clear. Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader is a wonderful, wonderful friend. One of the smartest guys on YouTube when it comes to releases on Laserdisc, VHS, DVD, Blu-ray, and the like. Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader is one of my favorite channels. And it's if ever I'm able to catch one of his live streams, it's so much fun. He just goes on and on and on for like 4 hours, 5 hours or something, which is unbelievable. It's like that's really, really something else entirely. That's head and shoulders above anything I could ever do. So Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader, my dear, dear friend. It's nice to see you as always. And if you haven't subscribed to Damn Fool Idealistic Crusader, the YouTube channel, go there right now and subscribe. Just subscribe. I promise you, you will enjoy that channel very much. Let's see. And okay. Tim Holm is here. Hello, Tim. It's nice to see you. My most recent Criterion pickup is the UK edition of Sancho the Bailiff, a great one. Yes, Tim, thank you so much. And, Tim, our dear friend, he's so generous and kind with his comments. And many people over the course of the last several months, for example, recommended the film Parasite to me. But I think of all the people who recommended it to me, I think Tim was among the most enthusiastic of the people recommending that film to me during a time when it was unavailable to watch here in Japan. Well, now things are different because I've seen the film on that Blu-ray. I've seen the film now 6 times, I think, and it's a kind of how should I put it? I learn something new every time, and I have to figure out if this is going to be just some kind of passing fancy that will lose luster next year, this time next year, or if it's something that's going to last a long time. My hunch, my friends, is that the film Parasite is going to be something that's going to last a long, long, long time. It is amazing, and it withstands multiple viewings. Although Although there is one little detail about Parasite. I don't want to mention it lest I spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen it here. But there is one little detail about the film. There's about the little plot, which is it's I think airtight. But there's one little detail that I don't quite get, and maybe when the Criterion collection releases its release of the film Parasite, then I'll bring up this little question that I have about this little detail. I haven't been able to figure out the answer, and the film doesn't seem to be yielding its answers with relative ease, in my opinion. So there's one little detail that I'm quite perplexed by about this film. But that's not to say that I completely get the entire film. There are many things about the film that I don't get, but I admire it very much. And so I want to thank our dear friend Tim for your great enthusiasm, as always. And Tim, you ask any thoughts on Arrow's Gamera news? I'm very excited about that. In fact, in Arrow, I'm excited about many releases by Arrow, but in particular, I'm excited about the Gamera box set and the Tsukamoto box set. In North America, and so this is going to be really great. But I don't know if I'll be able to talk about it, but if and when it arrives here, whenever it's set to arrive here in the mail, I'll probably have more to say about it. Let's see. I'm just skipping over some comments here. Let's see. David Reka. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Hello. I would be there every Friday. Working through all the Zatoichi together would be so wonderful. Thank you very much for your encouragement, kind encouragement, David. It's something that I will seriously consider. I'm not sure if I'll be able to do it, but it's something that I have been thinking about, so we shall see. There's also something very nice about doing these film discussions live. I do a combination. I mostly do pre-recorded videos on, and then I kind of edit them a little bit, and then I upload them. I don't have a pretty sophisticated editing thing. I do all my YouTube uploading and editing and filming. I do it all on my iPhone, because the iPhone has, I think, standard iMovie for free, and so I just do all the simple editing there, and it does the job from my point of view. But there's something really nice about being able to talk about some of these films live, and sharing or hearing your thoughts as you share them with the group in real time. It's really wonderful. I learn so much, and so it'll be nice, perhaps. Maybe, that might be something interesting to do, the Zatoichi set. The Cat Drums 3 says, I'm going to be buying the Godzilla set. Great. I have been holding off buying due to my budget, but going to spend the money for my birthday. Might also get the Del Toro set. Okay, great. Yes. And then JR62 posits Arrow's doing a Gamera box set. Yes, that is the big news of the past week. Will it be better than Godzilla Showa set? It's hard to tell. From what I'm looking, my understanding of the supplements is that the supplements, I think, alone might give the Godzilla Showa set a run for its money, but I'm not sure yet. It's also, I mean, I don't want to go into too much detail, but Gamera, as much as there are similarities between the Gamera and Godzilla, they are separate things. And so there is a little bit of a difference, although there are a lot of similarities in terms of the tone and character of the Gamera films. But I love Gamera. I really love those films. Let's see. Sal is here. Sal Venta, hello. Yes, this is the first time I've been able to see you stream live. Wow, what a great pleasure. Oh, it's nice to see you, my friend. I hope you're well. It's nice to see you. Let's see. The Rhino Autobot comments. Hopefully they, oops, sorry. Um, let's see. Hopefully they will get a hold of Heisei and Millennium Godzilla series. That would be great. And then, there's not, don't stop at the Millennium series, of course. Then you can go into the Reiwa Godzilla. I think Shin Godzilla now is considered part of the Reiwa, the new films, although it's not, technically speaking, it's not a film in the Reiwa era, but the current Reiwa era. And then, of course, there are the Japanese anime films, the Godzilla films. But yeah, that would be really wonderful. Oh God, I don't want. Yeah, I'll stop. I was about to mention something about one of the films in the Heisei era, but I'll stop. Otherwise, I won't be able to control myself in the discussion. Let's see. Director Rai says, "Oh, hello. I hope I pronounced that correctly. Good evening, my dear friends. Good evening, Director Rai. It's nice. It's nice to see you. Let's see." Deleted account. You seem to be very enthusiastic in your postings here. Not sure why, but thank you very much for posting the same question. Who is your favorite male actor of all time? Well, that's a good question. I haven't thought about that. So I don't really, I can't, let's see. It's my favorite male actor of all time. I don't know. I mean, I could tell you, because I don't usually have a list that I keep in the back of my mind to answer whenever someone asks the question. But I could tell you that maybe the actor that that could be my answer to that question is, let's see. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, it's very difficult because if I mention this actor, then it'll remind me of other actors that I haven't mentioned. Could be either it's very difficult. It could be yeah. It could be Toshiro Mifune or oh gosh. I'm also I'm a huge fan of I was gonna say also, oh gosh, there are too many. Tatsuya Nakadai is also up there. Sean Connery is actually up there. Jack Nance is actually up there as well. I think Jack Nance is a fabulous actor. Gosh, probably I would say Robert De Niro, but I would confine my comments to his early career. That's not to say anything bad against his later career, but I'm more familiar with his earlier career, or the early phases of his career, than anything else. But I think maybe Mifune, probably. But again, I haven't really thought about it. Let's see. Dory the Hobbit says, "Why is your letterbox page only got 24 movies watched?" Well, it's very simple because I don't use Letterboxd as much as other people. admit that I try to use Letterbox, but I admit it's very difficult for me. I'm not a I'm not that used to using Letterbox to catalog the films that I watch. I usually just, I mean, I'll write it in a little memo or a little notebook or something, but I don't usually use Letterbox. Like I'll try, but it does take a little bit of effort on my part. And please remember also that it's just, I think Letterbox is a great tool. I really admire Letterbox, don't get me wrong, and I think people who use it effectively, I think it's really wonderful. But just for me, my own personal way of trying to figure out things in my own head, Letterbox is something that I find it's a little bit, I'm not sure how best to apply it to my own personal film journey. I mean, it might be easy for a lot of people, and if it is, wonderful. But for me personally, there's something also about just having the films that I am watching and just have it be my own little journey. That's not to say that I don't want to share it with anyone. It's not to say that I dislike sharing the films that I watch with people. On the contrary, I love to share them. But there's also something very special from my point of view about just being one-on-one with a film and just watching it in my own sort of way, so to speak. And so it's also very difficult because I also have to sit with a film and really think about it and try to formulate some thoughts about it. And it's very difficult for me to have sort of an instant reaction to a film. And it's even more difficult for me to try to fashion something which would then be posted on Letterboxd or even cataloged on Letterboxd. So it's just my own personal way of dealing with watching films. I've been watching films since I was very young, and when I was very young, starting out, I didn't have Letterboxd, and so it's just something that I'm just used to. As I said, I know a lot of my friends use it, and it's really great. And I will try to change my own sort of approach, but that's just the way. That's just the way I am. So, yeah. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Halo asks, "Hey Daisuke, what's your favorite Tarkovsky film?" I have a couple. It's hard because each film is its own different, distinct thing, and I like all of his films. In fact, if I had, it's very difficult. If I had to choose one or two, yeah, yeah, it has to be maybe the Mirror. There's something very. There's something very. How should I put it? It really comes so close to almost replicating this idea of dream logic and cinema, and it also does it in a way that doesn't call attention to itself in a very extraordinary fashion. On the contrary, it's very intimate and personal, which I think gives it such a powerful resonance. And it's this idea of almost a cinema as a kind of way of therapy, if you will. I mean, it's, I think, very evident from the very initial scenes of the film. This idea of cinema as a therapeutic way of ultimate expression of one's own thoughts and soul, and thus begins the journey of the film. So I find it to be a really beautiful expression or a beautiful example of the way in which cinema, the art form of cinema, is by its very nature one of the ultimate modern ways of expressing human emotion. So yeah, it's probably that one. But as I say, I love all of them. So, okay. Let's see. Pete 1972 is here. Hello. Tim, let's see. Tim says, I think you know Parasite much better than I do now, Daisuke, and I think that's great. Yeah, I'm trying to get that. I'm trying to memorize that. I I think I have it memorized. Jessica, Victor, Illinois, Chicago. Okay, I'll save it. I'll save it for my discussion of the Parasite Criterion release. But yeah, it's really great. Carl is here. Hello. Did you pick up Roma this month? Yes, I did. I've already finished my exploration of the Criterion supplements there, and it's really fantastic. I'll make the video. I was actually thinking of making the video earlier, but it's one of these quirks of Criterion releasing. That is spine number 1014, but that was released before 1013, Teorema. And so I was thinking, should I go out of spine number order, or should I stick with the release date order? I think just for the sake of some kind of posterity, I'll probably opt for the spine number order. And so as soon as I finish doing Teorema, I'll do Teorema, and then I'll upload the video for Teorema, and then I'll upload the video for Roma, and then I'll upload the video for Antonio Gaudi. That's my general plan. So that's the only reason why I haven't uploaded any videos on the recent Criterion releases. Tim says, I'm curious about that detail now regarding Parasite. You can private message me, Tim, and I'll be sure to tell you what it is. Maybe you know the answer to it, because it's I've seen it, the film, so many times, and I still don't know the answer. Let's see. Martin Hodgson is here. Hello. Slow on the catch-up. When and where is the sale? Criterion flash sale. My understanding, it is today, Tuesday, February 25th. I think it's going to start noon Eastern Standard Time, although don't quote me on that. Just check up on the site. If you want to check with it, check with the Criterion site directly. Maybe I suggest checking early, just in case. And there's that. Deleted account says, I apologize, Daisuke, for commenting my question multiple times. Oh, no, that's okay, but you don't have to apologize, deleted account, but absolutely don't worry about, you don't have to post it so many times. I'll still be able to catch the question, not a problem. And I was just really curious to know your answer. Also, my favorite actor of all time is Alain Delon, who is a French actor. That is a well-chosen... That is a great choice, deleted account. That is a really great choice. I wonder what your favorite Alain Delon performance or Alain Delon film is. That is really wonderful. Let's see. And you, not only do you post your question multiple times, but you post your apology multiple times. You have a very interesting way of posting. Let's see. Okay. Halo asks, hey Daisuke, as an Asian, what's the best and cheap way to buy Criterion? So let me just rephrase the question that I think you're asking, which is, living in Japan, or living in a country in Asia, what is the best and cheap way to buy? What is the best and cheap way to buy Criterions? I think that's what you're asking, right? So if that's the case, then for me, it's always been Amazon.com. So Amazon US, that's been the best way for me. Shipping is a little bit much, but it's better than most places, and I find most of all the Amazon service to be quite good. I used to be able to order through Barnes and Noble, but there's always been some issues with ordering through Barnes and Noble, and even during the times that I've been able to order through Barnes and Noble, the shipping times have been just overly long. Sometimes 6 weeks, 2 months on a single release, and that's a little bit too long for me. And so I would prefer to get the releases a little bit earlier than 6 weeks or 2 months, which is why I've opted for Amazon US. Amazon US isn't perfect. Unfortunately, it's the situation where getting cracked cases is not uncommon. The cases are still openable, but they do sometimes come with cracks or dents. And so, but I suppose that's a good thing in a way, because it's really allowed me to not be too concerned about any kinds of dents or cracks in the actual casing itself, or with a digipack or anything like that. I'd be very surprised if I were able to receive a digipack Criterion release in absolutely perfect, beautiful, pristine condition. Most of the time, maybe I would say 8 out of 10, I usually get a little dent or a little fold or something like that. But I'm used to that already. So I actually, I think for me anyway, it's helped me to be more active with my criterions, and to not be afraid to pull them off the shelves and to pull out the books and to go through them and all that, because I know that they're already dented and a little bit damaged, not overly damaged, but just a little bit of wear and tear on the outer casing anyway. So it really helps to that the and the discs still work. So, in fact, I received one of all the orders I've ever had with Amazon. I found only one issue with one release, and Amazon very promptly allowed me to return it and get a replacement in fairly quick time. That was the DVD of Mr. Arkadin. There was a little fundamental defect in one of the chapter stops of one of the discs, and so I was able to get a replacement from Amazon in very short order. So it was really wonderful. But there have been times when I had like absolutely smushed cases and things like that from Amazon. But that just goes with the territory. I would say most of the time I have no problem with ordering through Amazon.com. There are places in Tokyo where you can find used Criterions. Sometimes people sell used Criterions online. Like there's an auction site in Japan that sometimes people sell used Criterions on. There are also some used stores here in Tokyo, specialty stores that sell import Blu-rays. And so those aren't the norm, of course, but there are those stores, and sometimes you can find really great deals, really, really great deals, if you're lucky. I know a friend of mine who lives in Tokyo. He found the Blu-ray digipack of Chungping Express for, I think it was around, what must have been like $20 US. I was able to find, I had it before, but I was able to find another copy of the Blu-ray digipack of The Man Who Fell to Earth for about $20 US, or the equivalent of $20 US. And I wouldn't have purchased it, but because I don't usually do that sort of thing. But it was such a cheap price, relatively speaking, to that title, that I couldn't not get it. So I ended up getting that. The same was true for the Eclipse series, the Carlos Saura Eclipse series set that's out of print. I was able to find that in a Japanese auction site for, again, it was really cheap, and I was very fortunate to be able to find that. So now I have two of those, which is nice. But I usually don't. Well, not usually. I almost always don't do that sort of thing. But it's just once in a while, whenever I see something that is just such a really low price, I'll end up getting it. I mean, if for instance, if the Man Who Fell to Earth Blu-ray was, if it was more than $20, I probably wouldn't have gotten it. But the fact that it was, relatively speaking, quite low. I mean, $20 is still a lot of money, don't get me wrong, but if you consider that, for instance, the Man Who Fell to Earth Blu-ray, I haven't checked recently, but it's going for some really high prices sometimes on eBay, and so it's it was nice to be able to find something like that. And yeah, so that's my own situation with regard to getting Criterions while living here in Tokyo, Japan. But yeah. Shed Sound says, will you be picking up the Jodorowsky box set from Arrow? Probably yes, I will. And let's see. Supash3 says, I see Memories of Murder in the back. Oh yes, well done, well spotted. Here, this is it. So, Memories of Murder has been in the Criterion news lately, and so, yes, so, and people have been asking about Bong Joon-ho's work. So, let's see, yeah. Stuart Moore says, asking about Third Window film announcement. Yeah, Third Window is a great label. I don't have a lot of Third Window releases, to be perfectly honest, because most of those films, they're, one can get them here in Japan, and so, for instance, the Tsukamoto films, I actually already have those on a Japanese Blu-ray. And the like. So let's see. Starman Jr. says, "Have you seen the anime Godzilla films, Dice? You mean the recent ones? Yes, I do. Yes, they're they're over actually here. I have the Japanese Blu-rays of those. They're really good. Very interesting concept art and concepts design of Godzilla and the monsters. So." Really great. Cephaloclod is here. How's it going? It's nice to see you, my friend. Shed Sound says, Jack Nance, yes. Eraserhead is my all-time favorite film. Really? That is great. One of the things I like to do if I have this free time, I don't do it every day, but every so often, if I'm bored or something, I usually like to do a little like searches online and the like, and I always try to find covers of In Heaven, Everything is Fine, but nothing seems to be able to top. I've found some really great covers of the song In Heaven, Everything is Fine, but nothing as great as those are, and I found some really great ones. Of course, nothing will ever top The Lady in the Radiator. It's really great. And let's see here. Okay. Tim Holmes has recently got a DVD of a documentary about Toshiro Mifune, but released by the BFI. Yes. It also has a great extended interview with Steven Spielberg. Great. Jim Jambaru. Hey, Daisuke. I hope you're well. I'm sorry if you've answered this before, but I've always been curious. What's your opinions of superhero films such as the MCU? Do you have a favorite? Do you ignore? Oh, that's a good question. I don't have that. I haven't seen a lot of the MCU films, to be perfectly honest, and that's not due to any kind of anything except that I just haven't had a chance to get to those, to be perfectly frank. I've seen some. I saw Avengers, the first Avengers, and I saw it in the theater when it was released. I saw Iron Man when it was first released, and I thought that was really great. And although, I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to spoil it for anyone who hasn't seen the film Iron Man. I thought it was a lot of fun. Avengers I really enjoyed as well. But the most of the films I don't know anything. I just kind of have a general idea, kind of what these characters are, but I really don't know, and so I haven't seen them. I do want to see them one day, but it's just, how should I put it? It's like I don't have a very strong grasp of modern cinema or modern recent release cinema in general anyway, and so this is true for most films. The most recent films I've seen as far as like blockbuster films probably is like Star Wars, The Rise of Skywalker. I saw that in the theater. Yeah, and so that was basically it. But as far as any other film that recent releases, I haven't, for instance, I haven't seen Joker yet. I really want to see it, but I just haven't seen it. It's just, but I'm unable to go to the movie theaters as often as I would like to. So I'm not able to catch those recent films. But and I didn't see Parasite until very recently, and that was because it wasn't released here in Japan until in January, and so and I was still able to go see that in the theater. But most of the time, I'm not able to see movies in the theater just because of my own work schedule and family schedule and such. But and that the same is true for the MCU films. When that whole stuff happened last year with Scorsese and all that, I must admit that when that news blew up, I must admit I really didn't have any opinion either way about Scorsese's comments, and so I was kind of just very passively thinking to myself, well, if if you enjoy the films, then that's you don't. I mean, not even Scorsese should be able to take that away from you. So there's, I mean, but that's as much as I could contribute to any conversation about that when that erupted last year. But I don't ignore the MCU films at all. It's just I haven't gotten around to them yet. I mean, there's so many films that I really want to see that I haven't seen, that it's just I have a huge sort of backlog, and so I have to try to be a little bit more active with that. But as far as if you want to ask me for my favorite superhero movie, not necessarily MCU, I have seen all the Batman films up to. Well, okay, let's see. I haven't seen Suicide Squad. I haven't seen that. Birds of Prey. I know kind of what this film is, and I follow the box office news a little bit in North America, so I kind of know what's going on with that. But I haven't seen the film. I don't know if I'll see it anytime soon. The Justice League film, I haven't seen that film. I don't quite know what's going on there as well. I've seen the Christopher Nolan Batman movies, and I enjoy those very much. I have a really great fondness for Batman Returns. Tim Burton's Batman Returns. I really love that movie. I think that is such an underrated masterpiece, in my opinion. I think that's a fantastic movie. I remember being so scared of that film when I first saw it in the theater, whenever it was in like the early '90s. So I was still a kid then, but it really scared me so much, and I thought it was great. And the best part of that film. There's so many great parts of that film, but let's say one of the best parts of that film is Christopher Walken. That is such a great role. Max Schreck, what a great role. My favorite line in that film is at the masquerade ball, and he's talking to Bruce Wayne, and he says, I love that line. I love how Christopher Walken says, yawn. That's a great line. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, I'm gonna. It's already past 11 p.m., so I'm gonna have to start. I'm gonna have to start winding down here. So I'm going to be. I'm going to be. Let's see. Oh wow, that's interesting. So, third window, well, that's great. Oh, Obayashi's Hanagatami, interesting. Let's see. So, okay, so I'm going to. Oh, Mr. Sirigus says I just feel the need to plug Uncut Gems. Yes, that's another film that a lot of people have mentioned to me. I haven't seen. I haven't seen any of the. I haven't seen any of. I haven't seen the Uncut Gems. So. Yeah, there's that. Andreas 1999 says, will you update your collection videos sometime? So what is it? I was up to like 937 Is that right? Or 920 something, 900 something like that. So I have everything now up to 1014. So yeah, it's those. I could do that. It's just again, just so much to do and so little time. I do plan to do that, but I'm not sure exactly when. It's unfortunately, well, not well. I shouldn't say unfortunately because it's very important. But most of my day is occupied with work, and so it's hard for me to be able to have a set schedule for YouTube videos. I wish I had a better schedule for YouTube videos. That way I could do something more frequent. But yeah, a collection video is certainly in the works, but I'm not sure exactly when. But thank you for asking. I really appreciate that. I think those videos, people tend to watch those videos the most on my channel. So maybe I should do a follow-up. But yeah, I do want to update it up to whatever it is, 1,000 and some change. So there we go. Let's see. Okay, so I am going to. Okay. All right, so I've skipped around some comments here. So if I've skipped your comment or question, I apologize, but I'm going to be getting to. I have to start getting ready to go to sleep soon. So, okay. So, John Perry, hello. Sorry, I haven't spoke in a bit. No, no need to apologize, my friend. You've been doing some renovations. Was interested when you spoke about being okay with parcel damage. I've noticed you handle your movies with a great deal of respect. Oh, that's interesting. Very interesting. So yeah. Well, thank you very much for making such a comment. I'm quite honored. Oh gosh, I mean, I don't know. Respect is the right word, but I do really believe in watching the film. I know that it's not true for a lot of other people. I know that for a lot of people, these things, and for me too. I mean, these things can be quite expensive, and it's not the cheapest hobby in the world sometimes, especially if you're dealing with OOP stuff. I get that, but these are. I think these things they're meant to be seen, and they're meant to be opened, they're meant to be put in the machine, and they're meant to be watched. And so I'm always keen on just trying to watch everything and unwrap everything, even the more valuable, quote unquote, valuable OOP titles. I really believe it's important to watch the films. Even if it's an OOP title. Now, that's not to say that everyone has to do that. I really also admire and appreciate anyone who takes great care of their titles, much more than I do, such that if need be, one can resell them on the used market and still get most of their money back, hopefully. And so I really admire that, and I wish I had more self-discipline and self-control when it came to things like that. But I don't. I think there is a great. How should I put it? As much as, for instance, if you had a title that was quite expensive in terms of its actual purchase price, I think there's also something to be said about watching the film. From my point of view, anyway, for me, watching the film and getting value out of watching the film itself. It's almost like. It's almost like you get double or triple your money's worth in a sense, because you're watching a film and it's somehow engaging you in some way. I really believe that, and so But that again, that's not to say that I'm against anyone who wants to look at these collections and OOP titles as kind of like investments or quasi investments or anything like that. I think that's a very decent approach to collecting, and anyone who has that approach and outlook, well done, and you have my admiration and respect very much. Yeah. But thank you very much for your comment. I appreciate it. Let's see. So I am going to be heading off. Okay, so I'm going to be. All right. Oh, Culture Dog. Oh, my friend and hero, Culture Dog. Cheers from cloudy Connecticut. Oh, Christ. Wonderful alliteration. Culture Dog says, Culture Dog, cheers from cloudy Connecticut. Wonderful alliteration, my friend. I hope you're doing well. You know, Culture Dog is it's Culture Dog. Sam at Culture Dog is one of my great heroes, and he is one of the most intelligent, well-spoken figures in the sort of online film fan community and the physical media fan community, Laserdisc community, and the like. His comments are like, I mean, they're like gospel to me, and so. Like Culture Dog is one of the best channels ever, and Sam Hatch is one of those great people that I'm so grateful to have been able to meet along the way, and I still remember how happy I was when he mentioned my name, talking about Criterion Laserdiscs in one of his videos, and that was I was so happy when that happened. I was just essentially I was kind of jumping up and down for joy here, and so I'm so grateful to Sam for that, and for his great encouragement, and for just being like the guy when it comes to sort of online commentary and about the collecting habits of collecting and the do's and don'ts of collecting, and in particular his Laserdisc collection approach and philosophy. He's one of the best, if not the best, when it comes to this sort of thing. And so Culture Dog is my hero, and is always my hero, and will always continue to be my hero. So it's great to see you, and you have a way with words as always. Alliteration, well done, well done. So anyway, thank you so much. Thank you so much for Culture Dog. Yeah, you are. Oh gosh, I'm so honored. It's nice to see you, my friend. One of these days we have to meet up. I don't know how and when, but one of these days we must. Yeah, please let me buy you a drink. It would be absolutely my pleasure. Let's see. Oh gosh, I'm gonna get this pronounced incorrectly, so I have to apologize. Kajel. Oh, I'm so sorry. Quagmirison, I hope. Let's see. So you have a comment to deleted account about the repetition of the comments. Oh, that's okay. I don't mind. Thank you very much for looking out for me, Kajel. That's really, I appreciate it. But I don't mind the repetition. I would just suggest it's completely not necessary because I'll certainly catch it. But even so, I can only I do want to read as many of the comments as possible. So I, how should I put it? I appreciate your enthusiasm, deleted account. I really appreciate it, and thank you very much for your really good question. And Kunjel, thank you so much also for your consideration. Thank you. I can sense from your lovely comment, Kajal, that you're kind of looking out for me and my best interests. So thank you very much. I appreciate that, my friend. And so, okay, so with that, let me just. Okay, I'm going to say that I haven't answered all the questions, so I apologize if I've skipped your question. I really apologize. But how should I put it? Yeah, I'm. Unfortunately, it's getting late here, so I didn't plan to go so long. But it's like with many things, and it's like with many things, whenever there's an opportunity to talk about Criterions or a Criterion flash sale, I can't stop. But oh well. Well, thank you for letting me indulge myself, and thank you very much for sticking around as long as you did. And so thank you. And Mag Z is here, so thank you very much. Rourke Productions, hello. And Cultured, oh gosh, just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. So Culture Dog, I'm humbled by your amazingly kind comments. You're the man, Daisuke, count me in for that drink. So I think this is settled. I think we will have to have that drink. So it's settled. It's just a matter of when and where. So yeah, wonderful, wonderful. I cannot wait, my friend. I cannot wait. So let's see. All right. All right. Great. Great. Yeah. Iacona23 says deleted account may have a bad internet connection or some other glitch. No one is insane enough to keep typing in the same comment over and over. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's okay, but there's nothing wrong with repetition. It kind of reminds me, Philip Glass, the music Philip Glass. There's Philip Glass's music is sort of patterned on the repeated patterns of certain musical refrains, and so there's a great beauty in that sort of thing. So I take no offense in that. I think it's rather charming, in fact. So thank you very much. Let's see, Tom. Thank you very much, Tom. It's nice to see you. It's very kind of you. And Pete, 1972, yes. Oh gosh, I really have to just stop and once again say my deepest thanks and gratitude to Culture Dog, and one of the best channels out there, one of the best people out there. Really great film. Let's see. Okay. Shed Sound says, knock knock, who's there? Knock knock, who's there? Knock knock, who's there? Philip Glass. It also reminds me of when Homer Simpson mentions Philip Glass. He's talking about trying to impress Marge, and he looks through some plans or something, and he says, oh, look at this, you can an evening with Philip Glass, just an evening, right? Rourke Productions says, have you had a chance to watch my short film yet? Also, when is the flash sale? The flash sale is today, and unfortunately, sorry about that. No, I haven't had a chance to watch your film yet. It's been a little bit busy on my end. We had a 3-day weekend here in Japan, and so I had to spend most of that time with my family, and now, and also I work, and so I have to let's see, how should I put it? I have to, what is it? I just blanked on what I was about to say. I think it's due to the lateness of the hour, but so yeah, so I have to go to work. Yes, on weekdays, and so it's a little bit hard for me to sit down and watch films. Uh, so please accept my apologies, but I'll certainly do my best to watch it. But I can't make any promises, but I'll certainly try, and hopefully. Um, Hopefully you won't mind. But if you have to do something with it without me watching it in time, please don't let me stop you from doing what it is you have to do. But I hope you understand. Um, you know, let's see. So all right. So there's that. So okay. So um, let's see here. Deleted accounts, it's rather mean and insulting to assume someone is insane for repeating their question multiple times. As someone with family members who are mentally insane, I take offense to this. Please be kind. Oh yes, no, I don't think that. Please don't be offended, my friend. There's nothing to worry about. I think it was just a turn of phrase someone used, but hopefully the turn of phrase, however it was used, wasn't used in any direct way towards you. But your comment also is really well appreciated, deleted account, and so completely understandable. So and yes, I once again I take no offense in your repeating the same question or the same answer. It's a little bit surprising, but I take no offense because, as I say, repetition is very valuable in even online, and so I appreciate it very much. So, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day, my friend. Thank you very much for your great question. And what was it? And Alain Delon. So, you have not only a great question but also a great answer to that great question. So, well done. Okay, so, all right, so, okay, so I will be, and see, there you go, deleted account. You apologize, but it's completely not necessary, my friend. Don't worry, you don't have to apologize to me. You just keep on doing what it is you do. I don't mind. So, all right, I am going to go, but Dory the Hobbit says I'm going to watch Edward Yang's Terrorizers today, which is great. Absolutely great. So I think that is that is one of the best Edward Yang films out there. So you have to tell me what you think of that film after you finish seeing it. Oh gosh, that is what a deep, dark film that is. Very, very deep, dark film. And so, yes, you have to let me know what you think of that film after you finish Dory the Hobbit. Even if you don't like it, that's okay. I won't be offended. Your honest views on a film are more important for me than you don't have to pretend like you like something that just because I like it. So, my friend. Oh, yes. So once again, let me now say that I am getting a little bit sleepy. So I very apologize, but I must now start getting ready for bed. So please, once again, thank you very much to all of you who, who is here. And thank you very much for your kind time and attention. And once again, enjoy the Criterion flash sale. For those of you, I think in the U.S. or North America, for those of you who are able to enjoy it, please enjoy the time, and you can let me know what it is you have seen, or not seen, but you have purchased. Leave a comment if you want to share it with me or with anyone here. As always, I'd love to hear what it is you got or you're thinking of getting. If it's one title, 5 titles, 10 titles, it's fine. Whatever it is for you and what's comfortable for you and your own schedule and your own film watching. It's always fun for me to hear what it is you buy and plan to watch. So anyway, my friends, thank you, and I will be around. I'll have more videos for you, hopefully later this week. And yeah, so that's it. So thank you very much. And uh, let's see. I was waiting for one more comment about it. Someone asking about a film that I really love. James Larson is here. Good night from Wisconsin. Well, good night, James. Or good day, should I say. Have a great rest of your day in Wisconsin. And Andres is in Sweden. Greetings from Sweden. Yes. FP9623. Cheers from Italy. Daisuke. Well, cheers to you in Italy, my friend. It's nice to see you. And so, yeah, so, and Pete 1972, thank you so much, Pete. Thank you very much for looking out for me and looking out for everyone here in this in the chat and my channel. As always, I love it, and everyone has everyone's just looking out for me here. It's really wonderful. Thank you so much. And let's see. So thank you, and I will see you again very soon. So, cheers. All right. Okay. Oh, I just missed Alex S. Sorry about that. I missed you, Alex. You're in Texas. I hope you're well in Texas. I've visited Texas a number of times. It's a really lovely place. I'd love to go there again one day. But yeah. So I hope you're well, Alex. It's nice to hear from you. All right. Okay. Oops. Sorry. So now let me just clean up here, and then I will be on my way. So, gosh, so much to do, so little time. I don't know. I also have to. I have to make that. I have all my thoughts down ready, but I have to make that. I have to make that Big Trouble in Little China video, videos actually, because it's gonna be more than one. So, and also I was gonna mention this before, but there's gonna be a new Blu-ray release of Escape from LA. And so I might have to delay my discussion of that film until the new Blu-ray release is coming out. So I might have to delay my completion of the discussion of the films of John Carpenter, which is a shame, but I think it's worth it just to wait for that new Blu-ray of Escape from LA. Hopefully the Blu-ray will help to put the film in better context, because I think it's a little bit of a it's probably one of John Carpenter's most difficult films in his filmography, but maybe the Blu-ray will help to put the film in a better context and a better light. But we shall see. We shall see. But anyway, I'm just rambling. So thank you very much, and I hope all of you are well. So everyone, please stay happy, stay safe, take good care of yourselves. There's a lot going on in the world, I know. So and I see in the chat room there's some references to stuff that's going on in the world. So I know I kind of know what's going on, and so please take good care of yourselves and your loved ones, and that's the most important thing. And once you've taken care of that, just enjoy yourself, enjoy your time, enjoy your life. Watch a lot of great movies, talk about them with your friends and family, have fun, make new discoveries, and uh, if you also have the time, please, if you make any new discoveries along the way, I would so love to hear about them. So I will always be happy to stop whatever it is I'm doing for a moment and read a comment from you about a particular film that you recommend or something, because those sorts of things make my day all the time. So anyway, my friends, once again, take good care of yourselves and be well, and I will talk to you very soon. All right. Cheers, my friends. And the button. Where's the button? Where's the button?